Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about something, really universal. Something that I think pretty much every single one of us has experienced at some point.
Oh, yeah.
That feeling
Mm-hmm.
of being, well, a little bit lost in a new place.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that moment where your internal compass just goes haywire.
Totally haywire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And suddenly every street looks exactly the same. Or maybe your phone battery dies right when you really, really need it most.
Always happens then.
But here on the deep dive, we're not just talking about, the practical challenge of getting from point A to point B.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
No, it's much more than that.
This is about transforming what can be a really stressful, slightly panic-inducing situation into, well, an incredible opportunity.
Yeah, an opportunity for genuine connection, actually, and for confident communication, especially when you're navigating in English.
Exactly.
That's absolutely right. Our mission today, really, is to arm you with a practical, powerful toolkit. Think of it as a shortcut.
It's a shortcut. I like that.
Yeah, a shortcut to confidently asking for and crucially understanding directions.
That understanding part is key.
It really is. Think of it as turning that moment of being lost from a hurdle into a chance. A chance to actually practice your English, interact meaningfully with locals, and maybe even discover something truly unexpected along the way.
Mm-hmm.
What's often fascinating here, is just how willing and happy most people are to help you out.
It's true.
That simple, and like a friendly, open demeanor can truly open so many doors for you.
Yeah.
Far beyond just finding your way.
It's so true, isn't it? Just put yourself in that situation.
Hmm.
How many times have you wished you felt more confident asking for help when traveling?
Uh-huh.
Whether it's in a bustling metropolis like Tokyo or, a quiet winding street in a small European town.
Everyone's been there.
Or, let's flip the script for a moment. How many times has someone approached you in your own city looking completely bewildered, maybe holding a crumpled map?
Yeah, looking totally lost.
And you wished you could give them clear, concise directions in English without sort of fumbling for words. We've all been on both sides of that interaction, I think.
Absolutely.
And today, we're going to arm you with the specific vocabulary, the phrases, and even some cultural insights to master these situations, not just survive them.
Precisely. This deep dive is about more than just memorizing words. It's about empowerment.
Empowerment, yes.
It's about giving you the tools to feel competent and, well, in control, even when you're outside your comfort zone.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Because to confidently navigate new places, the very first essential layer we need to build is a solid foundation of vocabulary.
Right. The building blocks.
Exactly. These words aren't just random terms you might learn from a list. They are quite literally the bricks and mortar of giving and receiving directions.
Mm-hmm.
Without them, you're trying to build a house with no tools, just kind of waving your hands and pointing vaguely.
Chuckles.
Yeah, pretty much.
Uh,
Mastering these core terms is paramount because it's what makes the instructions clearer, not just for you to understand, but for the person giving them to, well, formulate them properly.
right.
When you have a firm grasp on the specific meaning of something like turn left versus go past, it dramatically reduces any potential anxiety or misunderstanding in the moment.
Oh, definitely.
It brings a palpable sense of clarity and confidence to the entire interaction. It makes you a more effective communicator.
Absolutely. So let's start with what I like to call your GPS actions, the movement verbs.
Okay?
These are the simplest, yet often the most crucial, and ironically, the ones that can really trip you up under pressure. First up, the big two, turn left and turn right. Seems almost too basic to mention, right?
You'd think so.
But think about it. Under pressure, in a busy street, maybe you're jet lagged, or the speaker's talking fast. Sometimes those can get completely muddled.
Go easy. You'd be surprised how often people mix them up, especially if they're a bit disoriented or the directions are coming, rapid fire.
Right.
A common mistake I've seen is people confusing them when facing the person getting directions. Are they talking about my left or their left?
Yeah, good point.
Always assume it's your left or right from your current perspective unless they specifically say otherwise.
That's a good rule of thumb. It's so true, though. The brain can sometimes just, lock up under stress.
Yeah.
And what seems obvious becomes a challenge. The key here is building that immediate recall, that almost
Because it provides a concrete reference point without being a stopping point. For example, someone might say, go past the bank.
Okay.
That tells you, okay, I need to look for the bank, but I don't stop there. I keep going beyond it.
Right, beyond it, not at it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The literal landmark you bypass.
A pro tip here.
Yeah.
Go past is your visual checkpoint, not your destination.
That's a key distinction.
Many non-native speakers might feel they need to stop at the landmark, but the true insight here is that it's a confirmation point. It makes sure you're on the right path and your actual destination is beyond it.
Mm-hmm.
I vividly remember a time I was in Rome trying to find this very specific tucked-away gelato place.
Oh, nice.
And the directions were all about going past certain piazzas and fountains. If I hadn't understood go past as keep going, don't stop, I would have ended up walking into every fountain in the city trying to find the shop at them.
Chuckles. That's a perfect example of how a small phrase can have a massive impact on your actual navigation. It grounds the abstract direction in a tangible reality.
And then, quite literally, we have cross the street.
Basic, but essential.
As fundamental as it sounds, moving from one side of the road to the other, usually at a crosswalk.
Right.
And related to that, walk along the street or walk down the street.
Okay, is there a difference there?
Well, the subtle difference here is almost negligible in most conversational contexts.
Okay.
They both pretty much mean proceed along the length of the road. Sometimes down implies going downhill, maybe, or towards a specific downtown area.
Right, like going downtown.
Exactly. But often they're simply interchangeable in directions. The emphasis is just on following the road.
Got it. And finally, for our movement verbs, if you've really messed up or someone tells you you're completely wrong,
Happens to the best of us.
you've got to turn around or go back.
The U-turn words.
Yeah, essentially your linguistic U-turn. It means reverse your direction and retrace your steps. This phrase is your reset button.
Mm-hmm.
It's crucial to hear this early if you're off track. I once found myself walking in circles in a busy part of Kyoto because I swore someone said, go past the temple, when they actually said, go into the temple and turn left.
Oh, wow. Big difference.
Huge difference. The difference between past and into can mean the difference between seeing a sacred site and just walking aimlessly around its perimeter. That turnaround would have saved me a lot of steps and embarrassment.
It's all about precision, isn't it?
It really is.
And speaking of precision, let's move on to our landmarks and places.
Okay, the anchors.
Exactly. These are your navigational anchors, the fixed points that bring directions to life. They transform abstract instructions into a concrete mental map.
Right.
You need to know terms like corner, essential for intersections, as in the cafes on the corner of Elm and Main Street.
It tells you exactly where they meet.
Precisely. It tells you exactly where two streets meet and where to look.
A block. This is really important, isn't it? Especially in, like, North American cities.
Yeah. Very important, yes, but increasingly understood elsewhere, too. For our listeners who might think in other terms, a block is like a quarteirão or quadra in Portuguese, or a manzana in Spanish.
Right, that space between streets.
Exactly. It's a distinct measure of distance, specifically the length of a street between two intersecting streets. So walk 2 blocks means walk past 2 cross streets.
It's a very practical unit of measurement when no exact distance is given, which is often.
Very often. Then you have the universal signals like traffic lights.
Can't miss those, usually.
Usually. They control the flow of vehicles and pedestrians. Always look for these as visual cues for when a turn might be coming up.
Good tip.
And for pedestrians, we have crosswalk or pedestrian crossing.
2 words, same thing.
Both mean the same thing. The marked area where you can safely cross the street. Crosswalk is maybe more common in American English.
Right.
While pedestrian crossing is frequently used in British English. Just something to be aware of, those regional differences. They can sometimes cause a moment of, huh.
Yeah, good to know. Similarly, intersection and crossroads.
Synonyms again. Referring to where 2 or more roads meet. These are key decision points in your journey.
Okay. And a truly challenging one for some, especially if they don't have them back home,
Oh, yes.
is the roundabout.
Ah, the roundabout.
So,
A circular intersection where traffic flows in one direction around a central island.
Mhm.
They can be quite intimidating if you're not used to them, yeah.
very common in the UK and Europe, though.
Very. When someone says, take the second exit at the roundabout, it means counting the roads leading off the roundabout from where you entered.
Right, you count the exits, first, second.
Okay. Indeed. And finally, general points of reference like bridge and building are always important.
Sure. Big, obvious things.
What's fascinating here is why landmarks are so important. As we said, they ground abstract directions in concrete reality.
Like breadcrumbs.
Exactly. Think of them as the breadcrumbs on your path. Without them, you're just following a sequence of turns in, featureless void. Landmarks give you critical visual cues and confirmation that you're on the right track. And a pro tip here, When asking for directions, if you see a prominent landmark nearby, use it.
How so?
You can use it to help confirm, is it near the big red building? This helps the other person orient their instructions to your current view, what you can see.
Ah, smart. Excellent point.
Yeah.
Now that we've talked about moving yourself around and recognizing fixed points, let's talk about getting around on wheels or rails. Public transport.
Okay. The bus, the train.
Yeah. Even if you're a seasoned traveler, have you ever felt that moment of panic trying to figure out public transport in a new city?
Oh, definitely. Every time.
Getting these terms right is your first step to feeling in control and, frankly, avoiding embarrassing situations.
Yeah.
We're talking bus stop, pretty straightforward. Then subway station, common in the U.S., like in New York City.
Yep.
Or its UK equivalents, tube station or underground station for London.
Right. The tube. Iconic.
And, of course, train station for longer distance travel.
Yes, recognizing those regional differences is absolutely key to avoiding confusion. Knowing tube immediately tells you you're talking about London's subway system.
It does?
And once you're inside, you'll be looking for the platform.
Where you wait.
The raised area where you wait for your bus, subway, or train. You'll also need to know about the fare,
The cost.
the cost of the journey, and the ticket,
Your proof.
your proof of payment. Understanding these terms means you're not just relying on gestures or hoping you get on the right line.
Right.
You can actually ask intelligent questions about the system, like, how much is the fare to the city center? Or where can I buy a ticket for the express train?
You're right. Knowing fare and ticket can save you from a very awkward encounter with a conductor or bus driver who might think you're trying to ride for free.
Chuckles, exactly.
Yeah.
Don't want that.
Finally, in our vocabulary toolkit, we have prepositions of place. These are the small but mighty words that pinpoint the exact spot. They add critical precision.
Crucial little words.
For example, on the corner of provides a very specific location at an intersection. It's not near the corner, it's on it.
Right at the meeting point. Then you have next,
Adjacent.
meaning immediately adjacent, like the bakery's next to the bookstore. You can practically reach out and touch it.
Okay.
And a common point of confusion that we should absolutely clarify, opposite and across from.
Okay, are they the same?
They are synonyms, yes. Both meaning on the other side of something.
Ah.
For instance, the cafe is opposite the park, or the cafe is across from the park. Both tell you it's on the other side of the street or open space, not just facing it from the same side.
So you have to cross something.
Exactly. The nuance here is crucial.
Uh-huh.
Opposite. And across from imply you need to cross something, a street, a road, a park, to get to it. You wouldn't say your couch is opposite your TV if they're both in the same room.
Right, okay, that makes sense. Yes, that distinction is super important. I once got directions to a restaurant that was opposite a famous monument, and I spent 20 minutes looking for it on the same side of the street, just facing the monument, instead of realizing I needed to cross the wide plaza.
Yeah.
My bad. Clearly wasn't deep diving into my prepositions that day.
Chuckles. It happens. Then we have a
No,
case
wait.
requiring 2 reference points. The library is between the school and the police station. This immediately creates a mental sandwich for you, like you said.
Yeah.
And finally, behind and in front of, which are pretty self-explanatory relative positions. The church is behind the main square, meaning you walk past the square to reach it.
Got it.
These prepositions, while seemingly small, add incredible precision to directions. They transform a general idea of location into an exact pinpoint.
Yeah.
Without them, even with the right nouns, you could still be quite lost. A pro tip for you. Listen carefully to these little words. Often, the single word that changes everything is a preposition.
Like into versus onto.
Exactly. It could be the difference between turning into a street and turning onto a street. Huge difference in meaning sometimes.
So we've got our vocabulary bricks and mortar. Now let's talk about actually speaking up the essential phrases for every scenario.
Okay, the practical part.
The power of politeness cannot be overstated, especially when you're asking a stranger for directions. You always, always, always want to start with that crucial phrase. Excuse me.
Absolutely fundamental.
It's your immediate signal for a polite request for attention, not an interruption. It's the linguistic equivalent of a gentle tap on the shoulder.
It truly is the ultimate door opener. It shows respect for the other person's time and personal space.
Mm-hmm.
Without it, you might come across as abrupt, demanding, or even a little rude, which is absolutely not the impression you want to make when you need help.
No.
It sets the tone for a positive and helpful exchange.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Once you've got their attention with, excuse me, your go-to phrase is usually, excuse me, how do I get to the...
Simple and direct.
Yeah. No, for
Yeah.
example, excuse me, how do I get to the nearest subway station? It's direct, clear, and politely gets straight to the point. Or, for a slightly more formal or maybe more deferential alternative, you can use, excuse me, could you tell me the way to...
In fact, it's softer.
Adds an extra layer of courtesy. And if you know the name of the place, but aren't sure how to get there, a simple, excuse me, I'm looking for, works perfectly.
Right.
For instance, excuse me, I'm looking for the Royal Museum of Art.
These phrases aren't just about asking for information, they're about initiating a positive interaction.
True.
They set the tone for a helpful exchange and demonstrate that you are a considerate communicator. Remember, a smile and friendly eye contact go a long way when paired with these phrases too.
Good point.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've asked, you've listened, you've started walking, but now that little voice in your head pops up.
Mm-hmm.
Am I going the right way? Did I really understand them?
The doubt creeps in.
It does. This is where phrases for confirming your path become invaluable. How many times have you just kept walking, hoping you're right, instead of just taking a moment to clarify?
Too many times.
These phrases are your confidence boost, your quick sanity check. You can say, is this the right way for the post office? A direct confirmation, focusing on the destination.
Clear and specific.
Or, if you just want a general check on your direction, am I going in the right direction?
Mm-hmm.
This opens the door for a quick, yes, keep going. Or a crucial, no, you need to turn around.
That moment of uncertainty is something everyone experiences, even in their own language, right?
Oh, yeah.
Being able to quickly confirm saves time, anxiety, and prevents you from going further off course. It shows you're engaged and keen to get it right.
Yeah.
A deeper insight here is that this isn't just for your benefit. It also gives the person who gave you directions a chance to clarify or correct themselves if they suddenly remember a shortcut or realize they misspoke.
Ah, interesting. So it helps them too.
It's a mutual benefit, really.
Mm-hmm.
Ensures clarity on both sides.
Now, despite your best efforts, sometimes it all just sounds like, well, Greek.
Chuckles.
Or just too fast. Yeah, the person might speak too quickly, use unfamiliar slang, maybe their accent is particularly strong. This is where phrases for dealing with confusion come in.
And it's okay to be confused.
Totally okay. And actually very smart to say, I'm sorry, could you say that again, please?
Polite and direct?
Signals you didn't quite catch it. And if they're speaking at a rapid-fire pace, don't hesitate to ask, could you speak a little slower, please? Or even, could you repeat that more slowly?
This raises an important point. It's not a sign of failure to ask for clarification.
No, not at all.
Native speakers often speak quickly, sometimes without thinking about it. Slowing down or repeating is a normal and expected part of communication, especially when giving directions to someone who might not be a native speaker.
Right.
It's a smart strategy to ensure you get it right, and most people appreciate that you're making the effort to understand them fully, rather than just nodding along and getting lost again 5 minutes later.
Yeah, the polite nod and walk away confused, not helpful.
Not helpful at all. And a deeper insight. Sometimes people will then simplify their language, maybe use gestures, or even draw a quick map for you if you ask for repetition, which is a fantastic outcome.
Oh yeah, a little map is gold. And here's a thought for active practice, bringing this all full circle. What about turning the tables?
How do you mean?
Briefly giving directions yourself. Imagine someone asks you for directions. How would you feel if you could confidently guide them, even if it's just for a block or two?
Practice by teaching.
Exactly. It not only solidifies your own understanding of the vocabulary and phrases, but also builds empathy for the person trying to help you.
That's a great point.
Simple phrases like, it's this way, maybe adding, it's about a 5-minute walk from here.
Yeah.
Or if they're completely off course, the direct but helpful, you're going the wrong way, you need to turn around.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great way to reinforce the knowledge in your own mind and become a helper yourself.
Absolutely. The act of producing the language yourself, even in a hypothetical scenario like that, helps to embed it more deeply. It's moving from passive understanding to active application. It transforms knowledge into skill. It also helps you anticipate the kind of information you need when asking, making you a more efficient listener next time.
Okay, so now that we have our core toolkit and essential phrases, let's see how they all come together in real-life scenarios.
All right, let's hear it in action.
This is where theory meets practice. We're going to walk through a few example conversations, and you'll hear how these phrases and vocabulary combine naturally, just like they would on a street corner.
These dialogues aren't just scripts. They demonstrate the natural flow of a real interaction. Notice how people listen, confirm, and sometimes offer additional helpful details.
Right.
It's a dynamic exchange, not just a one-way instruction, which is often what trips people up. Active listening and confirmation are just as important as the initial question.
Okay, let's dive into our first scenario. Finding a nearby place, let's say a pharmacy. Always an important thing to find when you're in a new city.
Very true. Okay, I'm ready.
Excuse me, is there a pharmacy near here?
As person, yes, there is. Go straight ahead on this street for 2 blocks, and it's on the right, next to a coffee shop.
So straight ahead for 2 blocks on the right. Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, let's break that down. What did we just hear there?
Well, the initial politeness,
Check.
then very clear directions using our core vocabulary. Go straight ahead, identifying a measure of distance for 2 blocks, specifying direction on the right, and adding a crucial landmark next to a coffee shop.
All the key elements.
Right. And then the vital step from the person asking, confirming the directions.
So straight ahead for 2 blocks on the right. Got it.
That simple repetition, that confirmation, helps ensure understanding for both parties. It reinforces the instructions.
That confirmation is incredibly powerful, isn't it?
It really is. It closes the loop and assures the person giving directions that you've understood. It reduces the chance of you getting lost again immediately after.
Yeah.
It's a subtle but highly effective way to ensure clarity. And a pro tip, when you confirm, try not just repeating word for word like a parrot. Maybe summarize it slightly in your own words, if you can. It proves you've processed the information, not just echoed it back. Shows real understanding.
Good tip. Okay, on to scenario 2. When you're truly lost, this can feel a bit more daunting, right? Your heart starts racing.
Yeah, the panic sets in slightly.
But the right phrases make it manageable and help you regain control. Let's imagine you're trying to find the train station.
Okay, big destination.
Excuse me, I'm a little lost. I'm trying to find the train station.
Paul, you're going in the wrong direction. You need to turn around.
Oh, really? So which way should I go?
As person, go back to the traffic lights, turn left, and walk for about 5 minutes. You can't miss it. It's a big building.
Thank you so much for your help.
Okay.
So here, our intrepid traveler immediately admits, I'm a little lost.
Which is absolutely okay. It takes courage, but it's effective.
It opens the door for direct help. The person quickly corrects them. You're going in the wrong direction. You need to turn around, direct, clear.
No ambiguity there.
And then the asking party is smart. Ooh, really, so which way should I go? This prompts the precise sequential steps.
Right. Go back to the traffic lights. That's step 1. Turn left. Step 2. Walk for about 5 minutes. Giving a time estimate, which is super helpful.
That's cool.
And that reassuring classic phrase, you can't miss it, plus another clear landmark. It's a big building.
Yeah, you can't miss it. Always makes me feel slightly better, even if I suspect I probably could miss it.
Chuckles, right. It's often an optimistic, comforting phrase that indicates the landmark is prominent and easy to spot.
Yeah.
This dialogue beautifully illustrates how to handle being completely off track and then reorienting yourself with clear sequential instructions. Notice how the person helping breaks down the directions into manageable chunks.
One thing at a time.
Exactly. Giving you one instruction then another rather than overwhelming you. That's also a good strategy if you are giving directions, by the way. Keep it simple, step by step.
Good point. Finally, scenario 3, navigating public transport. This one often has its own set of unique questions beyond just where, right?
Definitely. Timetables, routes.
Let's say you need to get to the city center by bus.
Okay. Common scenario.
Excuse me, which bus goes to the city center?
As person, you need to take bus number 15. The bus stop is just across the street.
And how often does it run?
As person, I think it's every 20 minutes or so.
And perfect. Thanks a lot.
Nice and efficient.
Notice how this isn't just about where to go, but how the public transport system functions. The person asks which bus, gets the number.
Crucial detail.
And importantly, asks how often does it run. A super practical question for public transport that often gets overlooked.
Oh, yeah. Waiting forever for a bus you don't know the schedule for is no fun.
None at all.
Yeah.
And the directions include the preposition across the street for the bus stop location. Clear and simple.
This highlights that navigating public transport requires additional specific vocabulary beyond just physical directions. Knowing to ask about frequency, maybe platform numbers, or even fares, demonstrates a deeper understanding and preparedness.
Right.
These dialogues show how crucial it is to actively participate in the conversation to get all the information you need, not just passively receive it. You're not just a recipient, you're an active participant in solving your own problem.
Yeah, you got to engage. And for a bonus scenario, let's look at scenario 4. Finding a specific store in a complex area. Imagine you're in a large shopping district or maybe a complicated set of old winding streets.
Okay, potentially trickier.
Excuse me, I'm trying to find the green bookstore. Do you know where it is? As person. Oh, the green bookstore. Yes, it's a bit hidden. Go straight ahead on this street, past the big fountain, you know, the one with the dolphins,
Yep.
Then turn right at the second street after that, walk about 50 meters, and it will be on your left, opposite the old clock tower. It has a distinctive green awning.
Okay, so past the dolphin fountain, then second right, walk 50 meters, then it's on the left, opposite the clock tower with a green awning. Did I get that right?
As person. Perfect. You can't miss it now.
As you. Wonderful. Thank you so much for the detailed directions.
Wow, that was detailed.
Right. What's happening here? The initial question is specific. The green bookstore. The person helping provides multiple reference points.
Yeah, big fountain with the dolphins, very specific landmark. Then second street after that, a specific distance, 50 meters, a relative position on your left. Another clear landmark opposite the old clock tower.
And a visual cue.
And even a visual descriptor, a distinctive green awning. That is a masterclass in giving detailed, multi-layered directions. It really is.
Yeah.
And the confirmation for the person asking is thorough too, repeating back all the key points.
Yes. This is a perfect example of what we call layered directions. You start broad, then narrow down, using multiple types of cues, landmarks, turns, distances, specific visual identifiers.
Layers, I like that.
That distinctive green awning is particularly useful because it gives you something very specific to look for, even if the address or street signs are confusing.
Right, cuts through the noise.
And the repetition from the person asking is, again, the golden rule. It shows attentiveness and ensures clarity for complex instructions like these. It helps you build that mental map we talked about.
Okay, so you've got the words, you've got the phrases, you've heard them in action. But, it's not just what you say.
It's how you say it.
Exactly. Which brings us to sounding confident. Pronunciation, deep dive. Pronunciation can make all the difference in being understood, especially with some tricky English sounds and the often, let's face it, inconsistent spelling.
English definitely has its quirks, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Many non-native speakers find certain sounds or combinations challenging, particularly silent letters, unique vowel combinations, or maybe sounds that just don't exist in their native language. Understanding these nuances can significantly improve your clarity and your confidence. It's not about speaking with a perfect native accent, whatever that is,
Right.
but about being clearly understood. That's the goal.
Absolutely. So let's hit some common pronunciation pitfalls people run into with directions. First up, street versus straight.
Classic pair.
These two words, while spelled differently, can sound deceptively similar if you're not precise, but they mean very different things. Say them with me, everyone listening. Street has a long E sound, like S-T-R-E-E-T. Think meat or feet.
High vowel sound, E-E.
Now, straight has that I sound, like S-T-R-A-Y-T. Think day or play.
A-Y, diphthong.
Right. The tongue position for E is higher in your mouth, while for A it's a little more relaxed, it glides. Let's try a minimal pair. Walk down the street
Street, E.
versus go straight ahead.
Street, A-Y. Hear the difference. It's crucial.
It really is. And then there's avenue. Many people try to pronounce every letter, or they might put too much emphasis on the E at the end, maybe.
Yeah, I hear avenue sometimes.
Right. But it's really pronounced avenue or avenue. That middle E is very soft, almost swallowed a schwa sound, really.
Enu.
And the U sound at the end is like new or few. It's not even you. Try saying it with a very light E and focus on the final new U sound, avenue.
Avenue, much more natural.
Oh, and the famous silent fang. Why does English do this to us?
Circles. A historical mystery.
It's a mystery for the ages. Take through. It's pronounced simply through. Like through a ball.
Through. O-ad sound.
Exactly. It's completely silent. Don't try to make a sound with it. It will just confuse everyone. Just through.
Same for right.
Exactly. Same
Second.
song. E. It's pronounced right, like you're writing a letter.
Rate. AI sound.
My kids always ask me, why does through sound like through, but rough sounds like rough and dough sounds like dough?
Tuckles. Good question.
Don't ask me. I just report the rules and try to make sense of the chaos.
It's a question for the ages, isn't it? English can be quite inconsistent. A delightful linguistic puzzle.
Delightful is one word for it.
And one final one that can vary depending on where you are. Rote.
Yeah, I've heard this differently.
You'll actually hear two common pronunciations. There's R-U-T rhymes with shout.
Grunt. Ow.
More common in the U.S., as in Route 66. And then there's R-U-T rhymes with foot or boot.
Rut. Ooh.
More common in the UK and some other English-speaking countries. Both are perfectly correct.
So don't worry which one you hear.
Exactly. Don't be thrown off if you hear either one. The key is to be aware of both and perhaps, use the one most common in the region you're visiting if you want to blend in a bit more.
That's a great point. And a practical tip for all of you listening. Don't just listen to us say these words. Repeat them after us.
Yes, actively participate.
Even if you're listening in public, just mouth the words quietly. That physical act of pronunciation builds muscle memory for your mouth and tongue.
Mm-hmm.
The more you produce the sound, the more natural it becomes for your mouth to form the shape. It's practice.
It's absolutely true. The more you physically articulate the sounds, the more natural they become. It's about training your mouth as much as your ear.
Like sports practice.
Exactly. Think of it like practicing a sport. You can watch someone play basketball all day, but until you actually try shooting hoops yourself, you won't build the necessary muscle memory. Language learning is no different. You gotta do it.
Okay. We've covered the linguistic tools, the vocabulary, the phrases, the pronunciation, but language isn't just words, is it?
No, it's wrapped up in culture.
It is. So let's talk about beyond words. Cultural nuances and practical wisdom. These are the soft skills of asking for directions, often overlooked, but absolutely critical to a successful and positive interaction.
Mm-hmm. The unspoken rules.
Exactly. These are the unspoken rules that can make or break your attempt to get help.
Exactly. These tips help you appear respectful, approachable, and make the interaction significantly smoother. They show you understand the unwritten rules of social etiquette, which can make a big difference in how receptive and helpful someone is to you.
It's about building rapport quickly.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
First and foremost, it's about being polite. We mentioned it earlier, but it bears repeating because it's the golden rule.
Can't say it enough.
Always, always, always start with, excuse me. It's the most polite way to initiate a conversation with a stranger, signaling you respect their time, and equally important, always end with thank you.
Yes. Expressing gratitude is universal. It reinforces that positive interaction, leaves a good impression. It's just basic courtesy, really.
It is. It's the polite bookends of any interaction with a stranger.
Exactly. And tied closely to politeness is respecting personal space.
Yeah, important.
Maintain a respectful distance. In most Western cultures, getting too close to someone you don't know, especially without warning, can be seen as, well, aggressive, uncomfortable.
Or just weird.
Or just weird. Yeah. Give them space to feel comfortable engaging with you. Don't crowd them.
And on that note, a big one, a critical one. Do not touch the person to get their attention.
Please don't.
Unless you're in an incredibly noisy environment, like a loud concert, and it's maybe absolutely necessary, generally avoid any physical contact with a stranger.
Right.
Think about how you'd feel if a stranger just reached out and grabbed your arm or shoulder to ask for directions.
Yeah, I'd jump.
It's an immediate personal boundary violation for many people. The same applies everywhere. Just use your voice first. Excuse me.
It's a common and important cultural boundary to be aware of, and it's generally safer to avoid it entirely unless you're in a highly unusual circumstance.
Okay.
And moving to another nonverbal cue, let's talk about the art of pointing.
Pointing? How can pointing be tricky?
Well, when someone is giving you directions, or if you ever find yourself giving them, it's generally considered more polite to point with an open hand.
Like palm up?
Yeah, or maybe palm forward, just open, or with two fingers, the index and middle finger together.
Two fingers. Not just the index finger.
Preferably not just the index finger.
That's fascinating. Why? What's the cultural reason behind that specific nuance? I always thought a single index finger was fine.
What's fascinating here is that a single index finger can sometimes be perceived as rude, too direct, or even accusatory in certain cultures.
Really? Like you're blaming them?
Kind of. It can feel like you're singling someone out or being overly authoritative, almost like you're scolding them or issuing an order. Think about how people sometimes point when they're angry.
Okay, I see that.
An open hand or using two fingers is a softer, more inviting, and generally more universally accepted gesture. It's less aggressive and more universally understood as simply indicating direction without any implied judgment or command. It's a subtle but potentially powerful difference in nonverbal communication. Softens the whole interaction.
That's a really helpful nuance. I'll remember that open hand or two fingers. I can definitely see how that would make a difference in how your request is received. And if words alone aren't enough, don't be afraid to ask for visual confirmation. A useful phrase is, could you point me in the right direction?
Yes, combine the verbal and nonverbal.
Sometimes a simple gesture is worth 1,000 words.
Right.
Right? Especially if there's a language barrier, or you're feeling overwhelmed by rapid-fire instructions.
Absolutely.
I remember being in a bustling market once, trying to find a specific spice stall my guidebook had raved about. The verbal directions were a blur of rapid-fire Spanish. But when the vendor just pointed with an open hand, actually, I immediately saw the path through the crowded aisles. It saved me from circling for ages and probably missing out on some incredible spices.
Visual cues are incredibly powerful for understanding, especially when language is a challenge or you're under pressure. They provide that nonverbal reassurance and clarity that can cut through any confusion. Also, pay attention to their nonverbal cues when they're giving directions.
Like what?
Are they pointing clearly? Are they looking at you, making eye contact? Or are they vaguely waving in the distance while looking away? That can tell you a lot about the quality or maybe the confidence of the direction you're receiving.
Good point. Read their body language, too. Okay, we've covered so much ground today. The essential vocabulary, the crucial phrases for asking and clarifying, understanding how real-world dialogues flow, mastering tricky pronunciations, and those vital cultural tips.
It's been quite a journey.
It has. Now, it's your turn. Active practice and reinforcement. Don't just listen to this deep dive and, put it away.
Now make it stick.
You can immediately apply what you've learned, even without leaving your house or traveling to a new city. This is the bridge between passive learning and active skill building.
This is where the real learning happens, where knowledge transforms into an automatic ability. It's about building that muscle memory for language, training your brain and your mouth. The more you practice out loud, the more natural and automatic it becomes, so that when you are in that real-life situation, the words just flow. You don't have to search for them.
Here's your challenge, everyone. Open Google Maps on your phone or computer.
Right now, or later today.
Choose a city you'd like to visit. London, New York, Paris, wherever. Or even a city you know well, just for practice. Now, pick a starting point, any random spot on the map, and then choose a destination. A museum, a restaurant, a famous landmark, a park, whatever.
Okay, got my imaginary map open.
Then, to yourself, describe the path aloud in English. As if you were giving someone directions. Say it out loud, don't just think it.
Gotta speak it.
Yeah. Okay, first, I go straight on Regent Street for about 2 blocks. Then I turn left at the traffic lights onto Oxford Street. Then I walk past the big department store, the one with the grand entrance. And the museum will be on my right, next to the small cafe. Something like that.
This active learning technique is incredibly effective. It forces you to retrieve the vocabulary and phrases from your memory and use them in a simulated, real-world context.
Right.
It's the fastest way to solidify your learning and build confidence before you even step foot in a new city. You can even challenge yourself by changing the starting point or destination, or imagining different modes of transport walking versus taking the bus.
Oh, good idea.
The more variations you create, the stronger your command of the language becomes in this specific, very practical context.
So don't just listen to this deep dive. Do this exercise. It really is the fastest way to solidify your learning and make these skills truly yours. Turn theory into practical ability.
Do the homework.
Yes. So, what does this all mean for you? Today, we've broken down how to confidently ask for and understand directions. We've aimed to turn what is a common travel anxiety into, well, a real opportunity for growth and connection. We've equipped you with essential vocabulary, crucial phrases for asking and clarifying, shown you how real-world dialogues flow, helped you master tricky pronunciations, and given you vital cultural tips to ensure your interactions are always positive.
It's truly about empowering you. Knowing how to ask for directions isn't just about getting somewhere, logistically.
No.
It's about building confidence in your English communication overall. It's about connecting with people on a human level, even briefly. And it's about overcoming a very common barrier that travelers often face.
That anxiety barrier.
Exactly. Every small step in practice, every time you try out a new phrase or actively listen for a specific word like opposite or past, leads to big leaps in overall confidence. It builds on itself.
It really does. And here's where it gets really interesting, maybe, and a final thought for you to mull over. Next time you find yourself in an unfamiliar place, instead of immediately reaching for your phone and silently following that blue dot on the screen.
Which is so easy to do now.
It is. But consider it an opportunity. What if getting lost for a moment, that slight feeling of disorientation, is actually the best way to truly discover a place?
Interesting idea.
And perhaps even discover something about yourself through the unexpected kindness and conversation of strangers. Because sometimes the most authentic and memorable discoveries happen when you dare to look up from your screen, make eye contact, smile, and simply ask.
That's a lovely thought, turning lost into discovery through conversation. I like that. A perfect place to end, I think.